kese a possible beauty house. Na da Roma enmity egumeni was luxury or not. And do say would see who I call no pain you perfume dear and if we need a possible beauty house and yeah no couple so see makeup here open so see acrylic open so see tea nina possible a year or honor and any just say also more 50% discount we say enough for mudia or de boawo ama was when yan tea if an sanu juma and in sanu juma kitawa will be intimate gym free one some that will be did who are feel ball in tea we say this is the best opportunity I will be for so Edie and Sanu Juma. Would we need Spinters, Udu Manage Junction, we need Lekma Hospital Honma, or adjacent the hospital. It's if possible 0242 8110 26 0242 8110 26 and no any possible number. And the Babedi and Komasame de Pono so Ibedi Hong Komo Burkina Faso attack. President Mahama orders evacuation of injured traders. Sasso and a government pays 10 billion DDP interest. Cocoa Board cuts salaries by 20%. Management calls for calm. We and Nsema Ibedi and Komo. Honorable Fuseini Donko, a deputy director of NSS. Sanso and Honorable Nanaya Chempim Jantoa, the first female general secretary, now or a former female general secretary in Ghana, Ebin Sida, CPP, now a presidential staffer, Honorable Sanso, staffer NDC, presidential staffer NDC, Sanso and Honorable Alexander Kwesiakwa. MP Emma Achimoda constituency was a honorable Chikoko Equiafo Yaya Mobododo in this hybrid idea honorable. I brought Chikoko for the brand almost my mobile you go to your embroidery car. A linen winning 1 yard linen. Oh, when they said almost 1 man 20. Normal saying 12. Maybe I make a 12. Okay, man, 12 and 20, what the difference? 12. There's 8. One problem I'm more. One problem I'm more. You don't even know the difference between 20 and 12. 8, you know. Let me say 20. Me catch up, baby, and I'm saying, on my breme, shirts 12. Say media engagement. Me koko for what we constituency. Say to constituency I'm koto limit. Me nim be jom koto wo. I'm say every media engagement be a meye bia no. Me sha atade enko. Na me president. Omo pa atade ma be that. Okay. No, I'm wondering how omunya measurement fit so perfect. Oh, I don't know. Say they ultimate who obi no ahead. No, me president chow. And the debates when you talk president obi no won twin. Obi no won kontokwa. But on the time aso ana. Be sraw. Wọ́n say men pouch me nyama kaka bensam ni ade nan to ho na men pouch se me kotokwa na pouch wa men kotom pouch opposition say mon fair cabinet meeting biom na mon san restore musika kakra no na omonton de omo no we na be position na my by why no so fambra ha to so this is a money you know 3,625 no more reinstated. This is not about the day. It's 3,000. They've not reduced it. And I'm sure say guarantee price on the farmers. They are not even buying. They are not buying. Who's not buying? The academy. Who's not buying? Who's not buying? But that listen. What they are waiting for? Have they reduced their price? And I'm sure say if we go back to the same price and it means we are buying. So omudi eno kwa baba mebure de na hand so we'll be buying to Togo Cote d'Ivoire cocoa and helping them. No, we are not getting the point. Honorable Hussein. See, me no can say price 3,600 na ye wono. It was the same and na bro mo kra de no so kakra. But you say na smuggle enko omoko. Omudi eno se no. Eda so odada na. Ba omudi eno omonto. Nti akadem. When ento government yes, they come back to your original price now. It means now there is a market for them. No, but what can they say now? We need to one worker. So we have a means. We don't have a means. But because we also thinking about don't have a means. No, we don't have a means now. No. We don't have a means now because the world market price is low. The focus should be and then secondly, let me explain it. The focus should be on say we don't have the means. We shouldn't even bring in let me tell you. No, the whole concept of being on minor one. Say young people who know on minor one. All can say apart from say
abana ka se modie no kra me gye 50% na bi di kan kra gye ye ansa na ebo no kofo no no mechi original na ma oba na bokanko $150 million
and
just to take care of that.
And again also bringing in say the external factors na so say kokobo akofom moving forward na dia de na mo amanyofo mu hia de afiri mo say our prices are not determined by we the Ghanaians and say neighbor enti say ye hye bobi na ye hye kuani bobi a mema ye nka nkere ne say koko esase yetimi ma this amount but ye nka ne say se bia nsesaye ba ebeko say nsesaye nso ekosoro a ebeko say
no credit e ba ko pe asem no credit so sabi
the entire
you have a point but the entire me so me chere say asem no credit to sabi ne say enura aban bi ko ton kuku oton kuku a onya 100 cedis no onu aban na one pam ni dia ne say kuku kwani ni dobre no a ode ko ton ye say me eji aba na ma yi video abra o na me de kakra ahwe wo no onu a okoton kuku no oban no ode 30% ena koma kuku kwani no ena NDC government sata me opposition there bi e ba nsa wasisi kwani because one onu a oton fertilizer onu a osa eton liquid fertilizer onwa uko spray man kwa osa agini sika maintenance of equipment ni mani na ogini sika na uwi a wasa ko ton wo dwaman so at that high rate no uba no wasa be man 30% of the cost the year e ke be mamo at least 60%.
Okay,
ye ba ye no what we are giving them is even about 90% now.
But knowing very well, so say if you are to give 70% now, it won't even amount to 2005 a year. No,
it would have been more than that.
No, it would be less.
No, at that time it would have been more than that.
Hold on, honorable saying we educated population. Then kind of say, see, I know kasa buying I'm a 90%.
Yes.
And I make say based on the 70% now, mo promise say ya, mo buy ya. Mo fulfill it say mo can sell by 70% now.
We fulfill that.
If you were to go by that 70% now, so we say we go near 2005 something.
And I'm just say no, we have even gone beyond the 70%.
But
because of the factors that have affected it.
Hey, woman, your phone.
We're not getting the price.
No. But minimum me per se sometimes you devoid of politics.
There was no politics. And you see the parliament. As I say, you say, no matter what is happening, the cocoa farmer must get 70% of the world price. More
education. More yentia say. Say the whole can say. I buy that time. No, say be oton cocoa. No, a drama so. And I say near ton $10,000 per ton. Within that period, it lasted for how long? So 10,000 it lasted for how long? And as I brand also no, Sebia started from 7,200 and I say 4,000. Na console started for how long? Within the season, increments na e basing. Now we turn within the season, and so I strike average. And sana would create the other man at neighbor. And now say 10,000 throughout the season. And I know the Moka say, Krenino, young man of this amount now. You know, all this education has to go in the same way. Farmer, no sign me so.
My question, I'm finding any move that I won't say. It's about education. Oh, yeah, I understand you. And I love that. Ono buy no na say be fertilizer egu ho a yes not for sale ye dey check you for no oton ma omo kopim so mu free aban mu na omo da so ton fertilizer ma piafo NDC aban buy apart from 70% na ye dey mom no yes I start ye mom fertilizers ni free. What yes we are giving them free fertilizers both liquid and crystal you know e dey mom for free ye free spray ye maintain omo feed them for free.
Okay.
They were not doing all those things.
Mama 1 minute na fachi and afi really start.
Started. Abuna do what na no be chebi. O na me do tia baba. Tia baba mo na fa.
We sit here o dey better na here.
No fa me sit here o dey better. No so my mo because me care for your baba no mo mo.
Honorable akwa. Politician.
Misro abuna me na me dey nkraba. O mama me kan kra no. O mama be you dey say akoko da.
There be so or can asem nti o dey nchia na so see we that's the.
Nchia so manchia. Nchia so manchia.
Chia do wa na.
Sem kura ania.
Honorable say nchia.
Ante Abraham menchia.
Etimodio, honorable. Put me na kukuduo e kasa be say e bra kukuduafo. E say you are from kukuduo area.
Not for sake.
Not for yes.
Message na munni bi na mo for say we am message.
Honorable.
Debi.
Mesrew. Maninchia. The time me na na e ko no.
Mesrew yes.
Kafa.
Esewa. Azabra ba menchia berma safo twunubu akobia eye na akoma ohine nche bia me say weekend oba be di the first time ever after I think about 20 years or so. Yes aba be di Papa Festival no. Papa Festival is so unique say ye di nantwie mu esi ho. Ye kum nantwie na dia mantam dua na sabi na twani die wia ne afi yeso wo be ma akotwa bi wo twani nyina so na ebridi abrada enamoachi. The longer you are able to stay there and sustain the beatings, you know, any size of a nama will be trapped. It's so unique. Hey, seriously.
Festival, no?
Yeah. Omu mantam nentwini omukum nentwini dia mantam bia ho.
Ne ebro na wucha.
Na wucha.
Nti wo sustain ni pain na how long na wucha kese.
Hey. Nti eno member ne timicha.
We never separate the men from the boys.
Well, simple. And do a mad man ka ho.
Na bro say dey
So ba me chia very man na bi no mo search from place nyina. You didn't check a free national service. You question you are so tongue. You see question ebu. The frozen chicken is so and also
anyone for be admire me.
Until brass and they once you know that you remember check right. My sister Penny, so me share na check.
Na what is an anona any birthday?
Birthday, wow.
The Bremen Kuko Nibi.
Only problem.
We only track.
Matter we
need track.
And you almost happen to a year by force. Never any
Oh my dear, okay. Honorable say Martin. Honorable and I jump in Pacho. That's here, and I me Pacho na honorable say no can be say what was it. What you so federal? There's some how can what was it? We are getting that certain now. Oh man, the quiet man. Man, where the way and free will hold in the crown and can and I am you buy it, because you buy it. This one not in the chin one yet. The photo. You go for no so I knew.
Obi mo amenye o.
This one na no no so bramu bi ba me ati mo asa.
Ni afra.
Papa e was one na no. No na ka so one na no no ba che. Oh na na ya me nya sa agenda center. What's one na no. We buta. Into the chia why. Ano be me den chia ma wa ngasa. Me so chief agenda center. Everything na me den chia ma ni ya me hu na che bra wa che na ya for the exam ne no a it is skani akwasi wonye sika control ni
me wo de do so anka me metu akokofo
na wo de do so ko tue so wo sika wo hospital be yi be 2000 wo Ghana ha ton bi na fa bi ko tue wa sama wo kan ye ode ame fanchi ama wa hwefo na me fanchi ama so TV munye ni ye ya na tumen ame fanchi ama
tie ma refi ampa
onya tie ma refi di me sa na tie me nsesan me fanchi ama Ghana fo nyina na me fanchi ama bebi ansa me ba hade a Kumasi Green for de me chia wo me a ho na me nyine fanchi ama me ma me Constance na otumfo say tutu ni ankasa minua me fanchi ama we say Kumawu you know the story of Kumawu ni Kumasi the kum tree
yeah
the kum no wuye na Kumasi de no enyini ye
Ntimpanyin
so then I feel no much time as you confirmation share that was the abutane doso o share no bia ye de no oboso o share no bia ye de no oboso
ekum no wuye e na kumase de no etnas ntini kumawu ni ayi kumase de se enesi ye choose baako kumase be ye kese kumawu so so ye de Kia in Ashanti region. Medin Chiama will be am Chiama me office for Medin Chiama Honorable Marietta, former Attorney General. Oh, yeah, me. Mammy Bakope. Very nice person, very wonderful human being. Chiama is Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Gratia, why you Ghana ye? I may say Ghana for you to me a day, ya papa. Ah, oh, ye. Ned you be when I is the unam crum crowd who cast a woe a crum traffic be a zet a packet or them watch and a my papa about me top a true or the nancy. Who beat it by number plate and they will crum. It is Excellency Mahama.
The first and a packet of my packet won't mean to fuel.
And then out of time better than what to fuel. We are then what to fuel. Ye meow come, we are then. You be dear cry na dey man na free or the other day.
Okay.
Ntino, Eden chairman and chief of staff. And penny for Mawisi so me chairman wisipa. Ma Jirasa. Very fine lady. You be a Madam so massive. Me platform amode amayi nyina. Obi di die. Because ya kwa tolling in 1,000 Ghana.
Yema utim kwanso so. Belated happy birthday. Yes, celebrate you ha say.
Parmity ni nyina Madam ase pass media na kire do. Say media for say me ka chem say media wa the through my honor wo. Oh ambo me say me admission to do law me kai. And papa say me say be journalism on me twa so rough.
No be so be.
O say journalism where you here for. O say you die as a papa no abo we di. Me wa no chro wo pioneer o. Ojo pioneer na ni bre okokojo yanka ho ka che ni say onyimi free school. No good admission letter to okokojo yanka go so onyimi free school na okokojo yanka ka che ni say onyame na mentena ho. No, the media fraternity must show love for a very long time in my difficult moments, in my very difficult moments. You've always been there for me. I do appreciate you a lot, and in due course, so
okay. Yo, Busha form where the Nana Yadia Sansa Meba Honorable Aqua Sono, Mamemfa we say Enfemu Nane Oko. Abe Fontaine Tineswa and Simbi Edia din Chichi ewo honomo enti ma yentim free honomo tew ubehu se flyer bi na honorable Johnson Esidu Nketi amfonyi da ho na interior minister honorable Muntaka nso mfonyi da ho na ye de ato honom se Muntaka Mubarak is a liar and dishonest. Esidu Nketi fires at interior minister Mpacho uhu bibisa no krebia saying ye montum no enya no kre nti mesre pa obi bia anhye ne so sa emfama me won sometimes no obi betimi aka asem but the way asem be si akọ no na ya twist no nti better say ubetie asem no nti utie asem no wie a but en so efa ba bi nka say na nipa no eye de kind we de ye sere ye de to ahwefo nyina enim so wunya hu saa de na Muntaka Mubarak is a liar and dishonest. Esidu Nketi fires at interior minister. No kwebia sa enim timi se. Monshano so sa emfama. Nti we de enka ye discussion ho ye ne ye ti ne tew. E de free honom sa na ya matchfo enso hu se de esi eko. Nti we de zoom back to a studio. Ono ba kwa mamema simana fachia na ye
answer na be sima betia no sa asemi a wuti fi ho no wo tie fi ho because see UTV na kan ya anansa dai
me tie fi ho no mo se ye hu ne se nye sa na tie nti ne ye tie fi
da bi edo de me no mo nya adwene because me meti general asemo kan ye it may not be exactly as wakano e wo flyer do so but they all cutting na no say na chere because
obi a ontie asem no na say we mark this headline no asem a wakenti na me dey come ma wo mre obi a ontie asem no na say we this headline na sana wo be perceive no onto say we tie
ye fake afi na ba be ye ho this
but me so dey me tie the general air can say
e no akọ kan oba bi for any platform we
should dey raise here
was say ye fake
obi a kasa mo twa dey twa di ho mo ye mo an ku mo e kama no to mu I choose to what to say.
Because
I am in a very, very, very sober mood. But when you are body bad, oh, Mama Ghana, sir.
What's here? You fake?
Mama Ghana, sir. Hey, near me, tea said General Air Cannon. Yeah,
aha. Okay, 1 minute, share na yanko.
One topic, our more Ghana, teacher ni more Achimda, and a constituency, a very big cocoa district.
Yeah, that's it.
Bichia mo munkama kuma ntumo yem. Yebe kwa mamo. Say na muka ye no. Say yen tokwa. Yen pa president chow. We nye bere a ye yi nsema no. Ebuo no a o se mobo. A wenti mi afama. De beto dwa officially no. Madia to mu say 3600 no modi da so. Ti dia ka no a abomo so a ena so we hwan so do. Onko cabinet bi onka nchro mo say obe pramo. Me kama sama mamo. President Mr. Wo de wo se ya ka wutie. Ti asemi maye. Na kokko piafo no. Ti obosika ne mo keke. When you talk, you are the best or you become. Abna me Nanti Bia or more Accra Technical University. And then Nantia, Omina could be NDC chia, Omudi, and it does was 133, 1 job, 3 people, 3 shift in Monday cake. Omo who say you would do rather, what that woman, and not Omina nearby Baji test con home. And in Mebunuku Woodward. Internet freshers are one more Accra Technical University no omushia omato nsa from mi wi meko na me ne omo ababedin saboso ti Accra Technical University etufo mo hwe meko meba na ya bebom die sukoko akuafo da be na president ya announcement no so baslashes kano omate so no
it was last week Thursday
to channel na watch ti ochebedi na watch. It's said yes no esinse yekum kokko akuafo nyina nti ochina yebedi kokko akuafo na wotwe ewode aban yi aye me de maka se mayefa wonya politics nti no me prepare be fa so aka na president betie na supreme wontie ni politics na ya se minua no ma wa hai especially onobu fuseni die me ya because of kokko growing area na yes I know na kwakwa yet say atiye we hoyi e ma refie o bo wa bam enye bibia na defend be ma bam ne be bi course wo man defend because me say
no for attack crowd defend no
na me say nye di man defend
from crowd defend
nka kena say be bi nka kena
we make the business here di enya the excuse we no mo yen politics into nchen
enya munya mo nsem amok kan mu to nchen
de mo kan say
amade amok before
mako sika ye decide say ya so yati aketua da matete so no iti mo go sika no
yenka ho ase because mo de mo ye man situation we aba no yenka ye pesi etwa so no you see we should be on a level playing field now you should say going forward and how do we do it but the way amomo
so they make can say kokko
piafo chia na wo chia
kokko piafo
counter because
we be
Debin walk kasa wo se chia
kokko piafo nka de ma na medema
na nya agenda
omo de ma na medema so bu president chow onti obusika ne mo keke
okay Matse honorable me that say President Mahama orders evacuation of injured traders honorable in the Indian Como. Honorable
said free moon and
no Faso what is
Mumu Kunko Mamu Didi because of one jinko for Nanaya
Coco for
what million people what you did
insensitive government.
You are more insensitive than any government ever. God willing, I have lived through governments in this country. You were the worst. No, even
good. I'm saying it. Intimation said if you were in a sem for a rehosemwa, a could see a tomato cure for Sabri, a bimu prepare.
Yeah.
So my pay,
come on, when you to me,
Emra.
No credit a bacope. Say a bread to say Ghana. Yensu ye fa near maybe 2 years. In fact, nki depend on manoni for so nkwankran Kenya ya. What you say? Nemum abroni beya ban bi beye ye ntino. Even African countries quite depending on them. Nana ya nyese me de ye politics so. Sorry, Abna. Polugu Dam. Say we Upper East. Upper East. Nki half of Polugu Dam keke spray even 20,000 hectares of land kekana kepese de ye na. Nki yenkra tomatoes ebiem. Yenkofa tomatoes o baby ya. It was strategically located because ehwan ye fa ko Burkina. Ena yetimi ye even 10,000 hectares of tomatoes a ebetimi asu Ghana kura me bi kura kam e de akwa ma no ne a process it.
Ono go say the problem na ye say ye ni enough na say yankasa so ye mpe ye ne tomatoes no.
Okay, so there are two things at play here. Tomatoes near war say ye dua bi we side on. Oko kumewu ni ya pay ye dua bi. You have about 4 or 5 different varieties. Traditionally ba ku bi wo ho a eya na ye flat sa lines bibre wom eno no wo ho
eno pa na ye enu
ene ye Ghana de tete de no eno no wo de to ho a wan fan she fridge man na say enche na say
nsu wo mu dose
pa ene ye wo ba ku bi nsu wo ho a eno aba na nsen a eno no betimi de ato ho be ye 5 days kura na enye hwe wan fan she fridge mu kura no eno so nsu o she da ni ena meat no so dose enu titru na Burkina for ne ye Ghana yetimi aye bi yetimi aye sa variety ni bia ye dua wo ye ho obetimi preserve no for at least o ka so dey share freezer mu kura be say 2 weeks dey betimi a share mama ye problem a ye nya ne say business aba se ye ka se ye fa de wo Ghana ha na ye ntimi meet demand what you say demand na Ghana for pe and ebinu so kra pe
de kana toa de na Burkina for dia
ye nya quantity na ye pe no enti na ma de bia ne ye kofa bi firi ho de ba na de ma sa oye ni we kosi ya affect Ghana ne Burkina relationship ne say normally according to Dwadifo no enye se nenko na o mahia o moda etore bia omutimi hia omo identify say ye Ghana fo a omso da bi Ghana de ye ni mu ni asem na omama omatwam so it means that Burkina government no escort yen and from Ghana side so ye nya escort especially between that stretch meaning say they cannot temasia but at Yurenchema to ye this time according to the narrative of the for instance station master and say nipa de bia otaya translation ma omo say eneno otimi ne omo kasa say o ye ba and BBC a ono ne kan omo kasa ne kire bandits ni say o there be we mu de omo ye nipa say unfortunately that day there was no translator entino according to eyewitness omo dru ho no that and nipa no so be pure omo so and I say mon twen e ma translator nembra and I don't know the kind of translation he also did the one he answer o ma start ikumu mema no Oh, so when they started shooting the men, all the women and the your friend is saying the man yomoshwe. A man say being kwara no count the man yomoshwe. But me man dey when you see ya.
People almost free cars, banana almost shooting.
That is it. So it means there was some miscommunication somewhere because they don't just target. And I say Ghana Fonso Kasi was so it means we have to enter there to go and deal with them.
Enter no, so they seem to me.
But then say omun sube rura Ghana ma bedi bonene de sa kwani de omunya. But we no na ye omun side no and asem ni see. Yes. Ni nyina nkan kosi ni say e braso say Akumadan tomato if it is na over 20 years ago na ti Akumadan tomato. And say cry we are retired from politics. So we have the means to do it. Yes, omanye omadiska no nanu ye buy $11 million. Omo say sana omo de ko choro nkrata ko e de drone ko fufa ho. Abrasa 11 million ko betimi de aye bibi wo ho. Enya hwe President Mahama say kwan bi e be fa so Apolugu dam no ye be sa a revive no. It could even be a hydro power e betimi build am aye. Ye be revive no, ye revive no as soon as practicable. Yes, National Service class so yasa mandate ye say kwan bia e be fa so ye be tre ye vegetable farm say ye 200 acres wo ya pay.
Okay.
E make say anu so ye yes eni bi light nyame adom ye Regina Pada Roma wa my lights as say enche bia be fix lights now we can do all year round irrigation machines ni there na wo but na generator no fuel no na ewe yen. This last season just 50 acres. The see lights na bani there we can expand it and do all the 200 na no more ya pe krasa on besa another 200 account. And we are doing that particular variety. Yetimi yena sebi ye expanding na ban so timi revival even the Polugu dam. Na Tono Dam cry site me expand and no so Tono Dam has over 50,000 hectares around it. But intimi my dam need to be pumped beyond even 1,000 hectares. And so idea is in ya I was see sue be film immediately. Na yankasa so even the greenhouses na the wenya greenhouses National Service your greenhouse or the wenya you produce tomatoes, you produce your friend is saying cucumbers and all those chili pepper in a ebi or no. But and so to intina de bia gise sakofa ebifra amade sebi jene kura gise sakofa free Niger. So yes you ragbavru latin so or obon ho modern ye be stress this is the time yes only a buying deal no na only those people they are also an organized group. Oh so that day na wo free to say Ghana for there obi anya omo bone no because enya ho nko na omo ebi so wo Niger nso
say ye bano yen security agencies na ye kase wo mfo mo eni ento fo na so munye nhehye ya ye fa America e de toto ade we esi ho a obi beka say Americans ena kroi anasa sa wo man aye wo mo emasa enka ye kase ya wo mo deploy wo mo intelligence we say am master se ye wo mo investigations am make sure say wo mo a wo mo di sa djuma no di o mo de be ye wo mo no wo mo di aye wo mo but eba na ha say di security agencies both the major political parties no we momu efri abemu a na securities na enhanti we ba no enhanti but rather no yen spread your tentacles na yen fa mo yen manfo ho ban na BBC ni say ya nka say oh yen jame nyame na de yen hwede ebetimi aye se de be ya sa na ma we say bi ye den NCB wo ni omo ya adwensa.
You see it's different when you are dealing with a terror group. Quite recently Americans strike maybe at least they had a location. They were able to strike those locations because they feel say a honana terror groups no wa or more nipa.
But when so there is some part of Burkina
they operate between Burkina, Niger and Mali. That is how even quite recently they omutimi Bora, northern part of Togo. What I say, and they are always on motorbikes roaming those areas. And I make a sure say Ghana de yetimi 45 one. Omutimi buy your territory and by debonning. But it's different when you are going into another person's territory.
Are you sure say yetimi 45 who to the tangent so omutimi?
They cannot establish a base in Ghana.
Yes, see enye ade say like you book.
And I just say it's Seaward Burkina and Seaward Ghana.
I know, but when him say before even Americans in the company almost strike here some parts of Nigeria, no. And yes, intelligent team here no.
You have the intelligence, so you have the intelligence, but it's different when a government tells you I am in control in my country. What mean go you need America superpowers Libya. You bet me boy Burkina say you strike. No, you can't do that. This ECOWAS ka say ye nyina ya kabo ye two sour terrorists so then we all join forces and deal with them. Then Burkina has no option than to cooperate. Mali has no option than to cooperate. Niger has no option than to cooperate. And now me no can say Mali, Niger, Burkina we nyina say free ECOWAS. It is ECOWAS correct take decision na. This is na Hebra John Muhammad Aroma oni omo kasa so de nyehwe mo nsan mra. And look at the young can ECOWAS cannot also even enforce laws on those three countries now. But then thankfully, Abane said the sea and when pay or no Abane so Burkina Ban air hunting crofone. No hunting. They are also cooperating with Ghana. Say, quite be a fast so I mean, we have a camboom, near making sure I deal with a BNC. Yes, so for me, collaboration dey here because say Obekaya eduru baby ye free Kumasi ko boki friend say Bolga ye twa makasi ni nyina party na se military no mu di anim ebi di anim na ebi di echi na nyina ye saso na ye ko
police ko abases ni be almost no say strategic
until eduru baby a ye de police for transfer bus no enne ufri even Tamale to Bolga barriers are over crossing. You notice strategically police for the barriers necessary all the sponsor now armed robbers start striking. This is a collaboration need to me between the two countries now and Kenya say a military rule na war and a civilian ruler. Even with the military rule there can be collaboration. You don't even know what the military intelligence is doing as we speak. It's near many be what the yen to me kaba minim say near and nkomodie bi kwoswa kwan e be fa so dey see and because oman no mo ye wie krom ye mbe hihye o say eh da bi o Ghana for ne akoka o mo ye o. So they know the consequences, but it's just that we have to enforce that consequences for them to serve as a deterrent. Say obi nsan kokopi na say bi efri Niger ba obi so asa ko hia o kwan so akoye de wo say eda ho no atuate domfo no hu say da bi unya ti se nipa ne so ye Ghana ni dia emeno. That is what we must instill. And I mean so say Bible for it me ye bibisa na be ye deterrent to the organized those terrorist group come here be me de pa. But aside that the minister collaboration koso. But the best sense so say ye be fast tracking niam ni bia ye so ye betimi produce locally a ye san twa sa kwan ni bia kwantwa no kra
brewum okay me that's nana
that's it. Minya donko wakani nyina but me so me de media kakra beka on say we illegal intelligence gone wrong. Because if an illegal group my intelligence and illegal intelligence and almost so they are always afraid, they move in fear. Into say intelligence be back nese almost me and verify in a year they attack into being a my intelligence. It's possible they were expecting a certain group of people coming at a certain particular time. And the time for now man for negotiation. What am I saying? Bandits are not a legal group, but I'm also surprised to say I want more a leader, military leader, no, they still have these bandits around. Who say ya bina so ti we ohun abanboni ni sunsu aso ye ya abanboni ni sunsu aso it's far reaching MPP 8 years. Agri sector no man for many years. I'm telling you. Farm gate issues. Tomatoes to me pro. Now look at so bad ye even your friend is saying or be the freezer vehicles with freezers. I'm a chin to see abakuru. Omoka so mba be bibi to say Ghana food distribution. Because you see, ye TFE na abna ye tonto sa ye freeze. E de benti na omoka sa ade no omanye. But the ye just say who says excellency Mahama ye adwuma pa no. De bia no omo wurem. Because a more ye come history anything you see history. SSC results here by wasi. GS upon the ben no kind. Wayek was it is the true reflection of Unkola. But omo de bia no more manage figures, numbers. Man kolano ye name bia. Pia madam fu go catch me so teacher ni or see in discipline start here what MPPRC e schools. Abuna se Palugu dam a kukuru sika we afanye hwe. Anka timi eye ya. Anka ebetimi enya enough production of tomatoes. Akumadan. Otemase eho ye duento super. Akumadan. Ye duento super. Me ad konti na minti me because my emotional. Asam ne yamare ho.
When di kenke.
Da bi
kenke ne papa dia.
Kenke ndi mi wo.
O di kenke ne papa anke beba.
Otemase.
Papa so the tomatoes be from do me aga Akumadan.
Mama no munye boet.
O twa ani o kakra se wan kona. O de panla.
O tu sadi kakra di egu.
That's also why you can no me say me that say what they say that was slimming.
I am yes I'm just envisaging so trying to escape near shooting. Oh. Na minim
yes
no papa bablu lati minim say Sahel enuntina excellency minim say a lot of experience into ordinary share hon. Ye panicho say only security agencies and find the root cause. But yenya ye fee so yen starting yen Ghana Ghana ya de shema no. Because we feature and let's say you see there near Thailand munyina. Me kai fie those days Kumasi and many nenya me ko Kumasi am ko twa body e wo fie askwa me ba na man stretch so mu twa body ento o ma me ko twa body e fie o intino me kai so say ye bom ko fie ni ye dua bayire enyini ma ye ye tu ko fie ni enyini a ye yiyi bayire ni nyini a ye tu boto ni ma ye neighbors ni bi me kwa na me ton bi. Intino, we need to look at say we should avoid the situation Ghana for the call sad situation. Because yes, idea you bet me I say. Intina make us a buy born in soon transfer ya. The MPP ama government ma can mean names are by born in soon transfer ya. To be very honest. Me names are born soon transfer here because near my 8 years. In some more kind will be no more yes say you. In some more kind ye feel say mo de ye see ate. It says Lenzi Mahama mo se mo penwa. But in some more kind de be abna me can be amonti ase. Ya me kasa ye mpene mo mu ni ho fin biwa. That is where I'm coming from. 2016, 2012 to 20 what they did to this man. Ono wa koma pa. I'm telling you, some more kind. That's why they are starting. And it is amazing. So after all the mess they have, Ghana for Aden. After the mess, what they took us through, they didn't even care. They go and put in some ad hoc measure. And no new. Because so I said those we used to talk about tomatoes ni jeni and then no buy a free man and the back. Bukina ya manone. Ye fefri amanone ne de ba. Ye kokosi step ba. Ye meyi tu kwan. Ye kansa sembo ye bi wo ha. Ye kansa omunye hu bibi. 8 years.
Planting for food and jobs.
Planting for food and jobs. Dien slogans akese. Ifie mo chi. Se wuntimi hu bibi omutimi ye apart from mess. Utimi do won sa pinpoint is idea we die. Even the free SHS na no mo do bom ho samla na no kura insembum. Is essentially Mahama na aba no what share results e beto ho. Ultimately so aban bi a wonwene Ghana for mo ye ya. Ehun sunsuaso na ehu.
Na ususu say sunsuaso ye aban so ye wake up call. Emma yenyina anase asoman any leadership no say no DAC no yempese BBC bio
ampa
e de na betimi ayade aso na yen enimonimu ye start enua niema na adama ya kwa ofa bia banana
o se Poalugu dam no that stretch e betimi adua tomato so ho
okay
e put in place
be ye dam no
yes obey me apo maka champanyimfo say yen start ni yen hwe how ye be freeze even crowd the perishables perishable me so say me kana me freeze banchi I know freeze banchi you twetwe banchi she rubber yes nti ono de oye no so ka cho say wo o kire aduane a o say wo man no etol de a wuntimi nyusu wo yi free freezer no ma no
yeah
ti ewie ne de wo fufuo say ya kama nti ebetimi freeze niema ni bi ade ba kwa de bia me kamene mpanyimfo akamene say excellency beye say ye be tirem ayi plantain chips factory so kwa bruche be bia me ka cho say me ko Greenland me go plantain chips or in a shop I was shocked
you could have plantain way
those people are exporting
African markets no
yes there's an African community in Greenland you'll be shocked yes plantain chips we kwan kamenka but jankofu plantain chips me ko hu here
na utu kwan
so I just
this stuff
me bomb me branya no
me find this in ka ho
me dey me bomb branya no it's no people say plantain chips e ya dey be see etimi dey ani ko ultimately say plantain is say si pro wo in the at the farms na yentimi fanya hwe no makoto esesi etimi enya bibi sa ni etimi si factory ye plantain chips ni export me si Greenland ni ko hu plantain chips
na the mimiti ase say abna I think you can also help me here eba ne say na Ghana tomatoes no because Burkina variety na bio etimi bebu na to back from but still we still go and bring theirs no like my yam entias you
they be say ye dey
that's a problem ye ne dey na nkasa dey e ade a yempeo
enti ade me
no na honorable we can say varieties na say ye pede ye atoa no ene ye Burkina
dey abranti na make
aduane wo ha ba ye nkasa ye dey ne kwa dey dey egu glass esi wo
pro ba ade nti ye ndi mi nwia because aban bone wo ho so na ya because 8 years ni and aban the plan too ho and wo can say gradually ye move to the Ghana for pe aban na betena so 8 years no Ghana for hu hia no onu kro wonim the Ghana for pe na we move policy towards what makes Ghanaians happy Ghana for happiness in hia no 8 solid years continuous.
Okay.
Minya, o de kafamu kram say with the first 3 years no concentrate on agric. Wo ko agric nye de dua nkwan ho nsem nyina. Wo hwe ne to, ye to afri a farmers no ho. Wo hwe ne ayi said ye be betimi a preserve. Wo the policy to put in place ye betimi a preserve. Minya, de ye ya ne mema na wo mawu. Abena me ye ayi gender advocate and activist. Otemasi me ma hu hia me pa ase me ma so hu hia me abra se de obeye biara ewiase you can be any man that you want you need a man because that man will help inti me hu se bibi aye be se be ma tifie no nya adwuma kra ne presence is good
it's true
okra ye adwuma hwe no the fact is say wo fie no otemasi the presence no matter bema wo ye ne presence e good Nyankopon de ama wo yesu so ye wo de Nyankopon de ama yen Nyankopon se ye omo help meet abna se me hu se bema ho akire no Emma they become regular way around. Nyankopon the capacity to do that. But say bema film, bema wu ya. Obi papa o, obi ba. Abna a very sad.
Okay, Nana see from
we should do whatever. Me suggest this and batch omo kwa. Ghana for ebinum ka French. Womo rent Omo high omo interpreter or take na asema omo pa Ghana ni otimi ka French into omo ka chi na whatever e kire na obeti ase no wetimi aye den adili e na omo institutionalize omo trade no say omo be ko BS say omo national security any police any ministry of trade any arrangements now there should be protocols regarding sa trade ya omo ye along your friend is saying it's our regions, no Burkina, Mali, Niger. There should be protocols. Say it's a set way, yes, by all means, or more farmers association, or more traders association, or tomatoes creamer than I say, so almost with free more monyako. Na onipako babe sina nine, or muntimin share government. Na yentimin tenase, na yen share protocols regarding sa route here or trade you.
Matter. That's honorable.
So they will be protected. And a mema, a china, a bayema, a chinachi, a bayankola. And we don't want that every Ghanaian, one single Ghanaian will be here.
Okay.
We don't know the Nipano or Babayabwa. On a Namhokran, on a Namhoke Kempa, Nihunia. I want to say this. Nihunia.
Yo, me that's Senana. Honorable.
Mefa ya konsem kese, mefa ma ebusia. Omashiri omadishie bijidi se yete hei se ebusuani bia ehwe yen ewo ye kasa mu ne discussion mu a ye wo mu a se bi ebehye wo bufu kakra yesansa semaba na mi hu di akoba ye nuanu mandisifo asemba
na ko asemba na nya asem na aba
wo ya wo kasa bi sheda na mi yedi obi se ne meta na wo do ka ye do ka ye mi yedi obi se ne meta kasa da ma sorry ha na e confirm siasa se wo ti wo kan se na ma yedi na
ko we nana mesel
nti bi chana ka se ma yedi o
me hu
we hu be de hu me oh asema ba na ye ka ni ewu ye ne se abambo ni nsusu aso no na nipa no a wahwere ne dihie no ono de ofam ho ban mantena ba mu mutena ba mu na muso mu ye tomato sector ni ye ya ko mo ba kwa kofa
na we bia mo be se no
nana
mantena ba mu o ka agric last week with the agric data bit to ja said the last 2025 agric allocation ma ye 2.9 billion sika buying village ma wo mo ye 484.29 million. That is just 16%.
2024
that is just 16% of the budget that was released. 2026 musumuma over 3 billion. 2 billion or 2.9 billion po 16% na mo release here. Na mo de mo ka se mo betimi ada yensa. Ghana for wotimi nada o mo nche enkosi o. We had the year ecophonium the echo. We say agriculture here, move manifesto agriculture say baby I'm be two mono. Baby, mubaye first budget 2.9 billion allocated. Move is just 16%. Ebeden. Ediye ne betimi aye. Moba, mudi sa 24-hour economy no aba be dada ye. Emma 1D1F ye can no matri anonsi from mogu ni nyina musumu mo bia nya adwuma be mogu 1D1F sise wo nyina mudi 24-hour economy ba memma about 3 companies pe omo ye establish here under 1D1F na omo pe omo ye under tomato processing. Happy Sunshine Company Limited omo djumedie ni se omo be manufacture tomato paste omo wo Tichire. 2 Lee Found Company Limited omo so ye so omo be tomato puree any ketchup omo wo afenya ningo pram. 3 Wedi Africa Limited omo cultivate tomato normal process omo cultivate normal process omo so located wo Domfete sa companies 3 year be year research ya me hu ye sabi ene they were all registered under 1D1F moba ya mabetwa mu modi 24 hour paper kata keke abeto wono mo ye hu afei na mo establish 24 hour economy secretariat mo de nkratasem bo delay tactics na mo 4 years na so mo wi am say de edema mo ani sa 24 hour economy ni nsensam nti na sa companies ya di nyina no ehihye ya aban ni ba wo mu a omugusu tutu bobo mo ho no na ma betwem enne so mo paaki ako so mo gu adwuma no sebe aban ya de na say ya mo ba na kama beto aso oti ono mo ka akoma dan ma de asise mo ma aban mu da se ebesi nei yegusu ekra jene yegusu kra tomato eyade a ye fe ni betra tv so ka ni e ka se abambo ni bi esise eya asise mu fi heaven na ba ye mu ma aban mu da na ene ya se asebusi asemba no ye ka ye hwe ni enka se na ebetimi aboa ye ho wo man mu dan se ye beka se na mobile na ene ni ti de pam ye fi aban mu nye de mobile afini tomato ye de fi ahin na dua abra tomatoes ye de fi ahin na dua mobile aban mu afini e kire se ya de hiya mo pa na enya politics mu na mo de ya enkofo wuo enkofo akosem enkofo wuo mo de politics because aban bi eti mobile aban mu no mo ehunu se ye kra tomato ye kra jene sabi say anya ni ye ya and mama 3 companies na companies here register wo mo on just tomato more kakra mehu be hwe me phone so mehu na me dia to dwai mo buy na mo identify wo mo na mo say ye ni o mo be ye adwuma iti e fa na mo ye adwuma duro ye mo mo na enkwale ni mu a mo buy ma be collapse 1D1F hihye nyina sanko free so be establish o mo ho based on the hihye de ma o mo on the 1D1F ene budget amose modiama agric no mu release ma no na yen hwe policies on agric tomato na if next year kono yen kase yen kokra tomato fi be bia bio na makine date esa se ni pe wu mu enkofa de hye ewu mu nkwa de yakosem eti afese na no yebedi san komo no se yade a nipa nkwa hia mo se na mo ka no no a afese na mayen kokra tomato efi be bia ma yenia tomato wa ha because technology na oma ye use no scientists wo ho am develop one no ye will be ha
ya ka mo fa 11 million numra wa lugu sika no mo de buy be starting na nko na 11 million na ma di mo fa mra ni nyina wo krata so
o kasa me na kasa ka chen so nyai
me ka chen se wo nyai
na wo nyai it means next time o kasa na me kasa so nyai
na oh
ayenkofo wuo ho ni ntino afese ne ye better hide san komo no 1 year after the Burkina base massacre da ye di san komo no a ye nkase NDC aban ba ye wa be ye tomato sector no in such a way say ene enkofo so fi baabi e be fa e wa ha esanse tomato wo hoi nya fe budi na fe no so so de bedua wo bedua e mala ye yie interventions wo ho no mo ba beto aso mo kani na egu bibia mo de politics eduane aye di nso mo be so de politics eduane aye di nso mo de politics at least mo de mo nko 1D1F companies no na mo hwe wo mo ye food processing na mo ne mo ntrans na mo hwe mo nyuma no wo bia mo so ye fake de say phobia ho ye de o ma na ye chechire ye de o ma na ye che ba ko me ne ya adwene say I bra so say oban e de no bajimu say ye say de ye dua wa ha no ye ntimi enni anase ensuyen me ba ko fa biaba na Burkina na ben e ba ko fa ba hwinsi kwan se aban de no bajimu hwinsi kwan se buffer stock any other government institutions a omo hwe nuane nsam no e de ho bajimu no makofa ba se ma no so beti ase na oma open up ama buy de no ajimu a
won't ase o
and I meet na business
no the say ya no say they even select those who go
and now ye shemu say oma group nti say this you know I have 4 and the Bekwa be Ashanti region and Bekwa, the next no for their bread the entire group.
Yeah.
Into the next way say, you know, Nabia, you know, Kuforidia, Fonso Wako, na Ahase so for Wakosano, Moyano.
Fine, 18 is shown Obayeno. Almost because I buy all responsibility to so Obaban citizen.
Because I buy Bema, non combat said that it would have been seamless. Because that would have involved security.
But security.
Yeah.
The security. I buy Shibia, about woman, no Matimia Kofana soon. Abba.
Oh, Honorable Kwaniona was saying, it said the old Congress of Montias. On a more serious note, Wunkwa. And I would do to Honomo. Say will be free mo. Ni say impono abine be intervene akase.
And
what is wrong with that?
Yeah. At the same price.
At the same price.
But you see,
I'm being practical. I'm being brutally practical.
But I don't understand why we should accept it because Obianka said Obi Baju Jumaye. Obianka said Okofa tomato na ba boka. Obian say Juma we ye fa so wo. What I say? Na dia na womun ti a mon pese be hunu mu na ya boa mo because the bandits omunya do mo ye. Sabio one more ti Ghana bo Burkina Faso say military leader Basso say bibia ye no. Look at it. Sabi why na say oba be fa dia wo Ghana. Big Ghana ti ya bibi e ma na gidin mo obi so be fa. It will be slow ogo kwanso. It is not all good. It's all glossy there. Ye may any cadi ye will near more bang. What I say, it is a ye force a woman of my tomato. Na ye beti me akofa, never boy business. A ye juma near ye. But 7 enqua. Eba ye sabio manutis maso. Eba is a moma ye jamo. Moma see a jam.
A chasso, Franco.
That you the make Muma ye jamo. More almost a sensitive kakra. Say by ye, say committee the man account.
Former DC for Tano South, Honorable Bukari, or they are sending message about CC. I say, Nipano mu free, no back free, a dema.
No, Mr. Driver, so back free Kufudia. Driver,
no, man also a Kufudia.
Back. And as be a prepper, Pantino Mampany, sister, or Moshako for prepper. Be a prepper. And
honorable Beffy.
Ain't it body in the company DNA to detect way body DNA?
No, but there should be a high level emergency meeting between Burkina Faso
and Ghana.
And no, honorable Beffy could have the constituent back one, not Okamo. Oh, so no, dear, on the number. You know, or number. It's in the American say, oh, ye say, and one ye baby. Because one year, a hunty, not tomato home so ever because a bear say any you so see a beco. I feel not tomato and boy, no, yes, about a combo, because young farmer. It will beyond every
but we have a long term plan.
That is it. Let's have a long term plan and no hope. Nothing in the short term, Yano. One million a mom who quite. Obi nka so kwajima juma ye nemum ehwa na makofa efiaba dia ne enkofa mra na yemom ho ban na munyam juma because government has a responsibility say obebo ni citizens
so police wo ho yeah nti at least betimi ni police aye yi no mo de mo twa
oda e dey akọ na ba say de obabi omko ye ne de omko inside o
say Burkina for be from Nigeria
that side
especially say President never found in cars be 6,000. Omo de be simfa Kumasi here but omo dru paga na omo di wura mu na na omo military e de amod kan ne ma gina ho. Eji omo de omo akọ.
That is the point.
Ye cross ya no soldiers ni gina ho. Amod ka di anim e bi di akire.
Yes.
1,000 cars ni nyina.
Because they know the risk involved.
Oh, nti yes ye de ne de ase the emaye jeja ye honi say oh omoto ye da na enya ka say Ghana fo na omo jai nti ba ne say na no die
wrong intel okay wrong intel no to be carry sir with in the legitimate and legal
regime yes
that when one say you cannot say no me jai what does it be yet to be see at any point in time be yet to be see suggestions aye wa ha no yenim say aban penfo na ti he say presidential staff na ti eti nie ka no wo mu nhwe say ye betima na aban fa ne ho nyim na yemwa
we should attend to the national security bema market things ne beti ase dia no easy
no but has to yanji o
business say so ka so won tia so
beti
eba say yemwa ye ho ban a eba say yemwa ye ho ban enya wo uni ho to me aban has a responsibility so bebo ho ban what you say it ye beti mi aka say ye mama nkroso nko agise security
because for instance they be make us asem we me campaign na me drew a friend Bole Junction na me drew on me driver need twem
former general secretary
and there's 12 midnight
Babesia na una manager
na manager 12 midnight ti drew na driver need twem na say hey twem say me find out there ti me na me see from na mbusa o no say oh madam say o twem na say there be anopa me wo event wo me share delegates intino
me for no mo ka say wo twem security na
say madam say o twem robbers wo kwam na me me twem so I made a call to Accra and now omo friend no say omo ka chen so omo me escort to omo me police for two
powerful
back at the front back at the edge
na imagine padodo was saying a bit me make it
I'm just telling you that say it is something that is a man tears when there is a risk you don't have to joke with it me omo ka chen say there is a risk man ka say me
ko now we make it the necessary
yes because on the time I need be to know say me twen one man say me drew by 4 a.m. but that 4 a.m. ni me chia nkrofo na mato aso o te ase inti no me ka kire almost to mo ma security na me twa inti ye kono police ni ka chem say madam o movement e wo nwura no na me say ai no say e wo mo ti e ka ne say e bana you who say movement but they then recognize say police in it front so what he did was our take front to be a window no and odin it you na no e chira bontin mo say madam go home inti sanka wo baya na unkwa na anam at this time on be attack you see the thing is real inti manu inti me queen mothers me am kasa no make young ho yina yet me afre wo to sit with them and tell them say me free ha me call uncle Bevlu ho na me na kwa kudin komo oni me office kwan wa me nam ne ona me komo ho on so yin papa ba ko pe
Ghana
uncle Bevlu ha
but I thought he was appointed as an ambassador
yes all round intino me ne ba kwa cancer asem say there is a need to stakeholder engagement be baso
okay
with the market queens, you know, the tomato market queens, because you see a memento me wusa meme ya santo akoko but ya kokko e de mema ni die ni ya santo okko e but e badie dia ye de mema ni di ko ni nti mema enti me wusa no enti what you say kamane wu yanka se senki yakase women's rights ni ade me women's advocate but I'm saying say mema enti me wusa what am I say mema wu eya me ni kura tete se nipa eko akope bibi abefie na wahuri ni abotu abrasempa na make because yes
now let bottom line na say ya ye bedue bi we
yes ye bedue bi long term they see a medium term see a arrangement 11 million na wo ma dina ne de nipa kro fire ne yenye
we are not the baby we are not the one after
honorable government pays 10 billion DDEP interest na me shase for honorable for saying
that's the first one I say
no so be one man na motna sia mo nkasa ekoba ntina ya na me pese
o se ba ya sem papa o ti ase DDEP ne mu odene me anti bi okọ pension na ade no wa mu ani so dia na mbeka mo hwo ade me bie ma no kra wa mu ani so
e wonu edi ultimi day ne top ai
me anti bi a okọ pension na ne sika e de ye hunsa ko kan for the haircut was deep so okọ salon na uyi witini ne se eyi bi o ha baba bi o ha witini twa papa na de ne ya ne se na be papa ba e kura ma mi choki Excellency Mahama nyame nshira wate
me ma home an so ana
Dabi meko nyame nshira da bia wo bia won to won kwanem de mena Omagana for ehu se yehu hiam na madu no mo ye haircut no comment mi entua kan pori ata na wadwane no akotena baabi na ice ache no animgu asisem ka papa ya no wo ayi
better than tram
kama
better than you tram
oni ma mi na ye adwuma start business enye no edu baabi no ntimi ntu aduru DDEP ao aye den na the most secure kind of financial instruments and ba asem sa because mo amhwe na me kasa ba boni hu nsunsaso eya because nyema bebre wo mo ye no hu nsunsaso na ene o kan akwasi won te ase nsusu woni ha wo te ase se wonim so ma mobra
minifa na mutase
se nkomo a wo di ase
wouldn't have dim command.
I want to ask you.
Wouldn't have dim command. I want to
ask you. I don't know dim.
And I had you may be uncle ye mijitum.
There's a DDP ko ye.
DDT, baby America.
I feel DDT.
DDP. Baby America. It was a necessity.
So
it was a necessity.
Into the Kawasa or for saying,
I don't know. Just say what I didn't want to pay.
A friend is no look on this in the as I make an say. As some papa said, His Excellency Mahama, in spite of all in Kofunia, war my ye, Sika warm say, you found court in whose way this against me as well discuss. But Sika woman shares ye. So my meno papa jawe japade no one shall ye within a different because Ghana japade near the man people for one shall ye. To
say good near Mubeto yen. Na mo kuntuna se matong manaka 18.
What you say? Fresh sometimes I could japade be or what.
I was here
to so. Now we shall say you be see a fresh on what shall ye.
Go to me tongue.
Na abwa or manful. They say I way petrol ewo form CD to dollar ewo form. What am I say? A man for one hang abuna you should know say okwa sesa sika every Ghana CD mo $2. Maybe I saw ye tradition near those days near town near me. I see a sesa. Me na mton ade. Me book ni nyina aton chen na mpoton ade. Me ton ade because nkofu apam na dwuma na come dem. As say me surviving. Timi J shop me shop that's all me ton ade e say ba ne say me sesa sika no into ayi na me de akoto ade abna wo wie kwa na be calculation you are wondering ade no me ton ne sen ni ato it is not competitive and to think say sometimes so find in stock what is you me ton ne sen ni ato into it sometimes it only ma ho a then you go for the low hanging ones say be nsuo ni ayi say na be ya obetimi anya sika movie na kofo di omusika ko me be ameka me say me baby prince or USSC be bank ono na bo ame because me savings ki to bi ana me wa ye pam me no na me ye yin ka me sum ka me ko tobi e no se ma me hwe projections ni e me ko no a wo ko yes ade we ya oni e wasem be say kora abra even through the exchange rate in sika share because me savings kakra me yimu na me de ko yes starting me business me de J3 what you say say J3 na wie na achi because of dollar CD component because en na ko ta de china be ko na ye bibi foforo and we never knew say you can say almost Russia Ukraine and so abena na Russia Ukraine e more than chain before ama say kura almost security office capo go dwane krombo because ama o ma chena de na back because e mo aye den inso na dollar CD we o go kan say covid o go kan say abra this is a very good thing aban aye as say e bo your friend is on abo ato force in abaso as say e bo his excellency me ya na me bo na abaso ya na nkrofo me ye ndo ba me ade a wa ye no aye me fe I am a fair ama me timi hu say me hu adwiri mi o say dan because me nim da se aban ba ma ade papa say atimi aba ene o hwe Ghana fo a obia ewo anije mo obia ho ato no obia nam ne ba bi din ye adwuma ebe ma no ho ato no inti abena that one is a very good thing. Government are gene enipa ho because who woma e ma me ko sun wo TV so one day because me kai the incident of how Kenoforiata na emirafo ne nkokorafo akọ picket ewo Ministry of Finance me kra me ko now Oforiata just crossed
when you in sample
good morning wa ma me ne o ma me kasa people sitting in wheelchairs one nanini ultimately one doctor I'm coming and say yes we free or what dialysis so ono kwa de no kuta oxygen tank medical doctor yes okuta can you imagine how a doctor but that's for another conversation. It means you are ready we need yes okuta oxygen tank for your take twem when simple na yes asema wo kan wa kire me nka wo ha enu achi na me obi di nkoma na one no meeting then it means that the insensitivity of the MPP government towards Ghanaians and then omo person and then it almost aba be dear to you. How come it will never happen today, tomorrow, forevermore? Because what they did to her, the imprints that's who we mu omo fuzi refi. So what government is doing is great. Aben bia wo ti wa wo dwene wo manfo ho no we are excellent.
Okay,
what you say nipa de obeye extent obeye we 90% you are great. Onipa nyame no are perfect, but onipa timi ye bibi to the level of about 90%. Emma onipa timi hu say nipa we dem odwene me. They said the Rebecca says Excellency John Dramani Mahama odwene Ghana for papa odwene Ghana for what am I say oye bibia na dwen nyina ne say Ghana ni no bedidi Ghana ni no beda Ghana ni no befa road so ofa road so a hwe me nua me beka wa ha boga to wa na ubesu me beka wa na me ko ye ko wa na ho kra no me hye boss me asem we nko ade me konkran a me ni president be ko akoka eni na ena yakati so me sim my dear car na me use me te car no mu a enam kwa no so asi se car na mo a enso so MPP bet na krom ha 8 years fa kwa no so ye campaign wo so ekokoye whatever they never thought about what repairing that road or reconstructing that road.
Mate honorable apa
yo ebio
DDP necessary yenkuyen e common ne yen me tete preamble na ma no akire ma de kwenti na na
ebio
ye be so ko IMF ye soma mo
ye be sre
wo jilon sa ma anya yi
e kan wo na mestre se wodi na ya be kasa na se na me be kan wo obegya na metimi aka e bere nim isada ye din why ye bi kan o mind ye betrayal.
How can you justify the DDP?
Ye won niema bebrea na enkoye wo mind mu. Omo tina ban mu ye hwe ni part na ban mu achepa NDC4 from Rollins time ni ade. Ba ye beto se niema bebre enkoye. Saniema no yera na do dan kwakufu ado. Pre o place so be di akonya ne ntino. Niema bi wo no ma o di se ni so be ye. O mind wo chichira mu fa botum sika. Wo ye den ye a wo de besia bo ni ade na be ye. Besia ye boy yes Sabrina ye woni me dia ye adaje o ma metima boni nyina enne aban ehia so besan ye bio
de kire
be ehia so besan ye bio
be se kire wa
ambulance service ye ban ambulance ba kupo ni
Yesu
ye ban no man ye ni ambulance ba kupo ye ambulance ma every district
and as you said nyina way
the ambulance ma every district every district in the ambulance o mo running so ye na mo ka aketi at least
you know
say nti na call DDP motor ambulance nti na call DDP you mismanage the economy nti na call DDP no how can you say so ambulance nti na call DDP
whatever it is bia no ukuta penchro
eniema ya jisika ye nti ebedu ise wo se call IMF no ese mo kaso o se mo to kaso
e dey benti na mo ko IMF nya mismanagement mo beto IMF mo free IMF mo ko ye kenke
party so no mismanagement na mo ko IMF
the IMF yo ko IMF da ben
mo mismanagement
da bi na mo ba na ya
mo mismanagement na mo ko IMF
ya ba ni a settle bi
o se mismanagement is na ko IMF so mismanagement
na mo ko IMF
ye bo be se de anwuma
adwuma no wa hin
I'm telling you, I'm just mentioning ambulance service.
Adwuma na so ehun faso ni o.
Person will divert my attention keke. But you
adwuma mo ye faso ye nya ye bo.
Stop me time. Now we are matwa. Ben kasa keke. I don't mean abre.
No injury time.
Na kasa.
Ntu do kasa.
Ono di agenda set be hwe hwunti. Wo ya wonti bi nka. Ono di agenda set be hwe hwunti. O ya no gyan ma na ye. Ntu na nka masem. And you could besia. Yadi yes, and you may. I was a quiet now. I was here to Bessian. So, any amount for Kai. DDEP, affect you be a principal. A interest.
More sure, sir.
Oh, yes, that was it. I affect you be a principal.
There be honorable, you know.
I won't come on
$2 million. I affect you be a principal. I did my mom person be
now walk
out participating in it.
Or more person.
I don't know by the calculation, it may affect the principal.
Oh,
yeah, become unless a DDEP anya. I buy you buy ya war bought once for him. A DDEP a year. It was a bold decision we took. It was a bold decision we took. It was a very painful, but then necessary. You take this decision, and on that, and Mawuya a bang. Say, Ubeye a dear man a boy woman for because at that time, you share on mine and as a Biasan and I call on one, not send a TBiano. I was here called IMF.
Ukraine was still here and quiet.
That was here called
IMF. Proud nation.
Nah. Oh,
presidential staffers don't do that. They don't do that.
Blackmail.
Presidential staffers don't do that.
I don't know. We are presidential staffers. They don't need.
You didn't let me come back. I kept quiet. I listened to you. I kept quiet. I listened to you. You must be tolerant.
You came in. We can't trouble my own.
Yeah, but we try have baby. I try. Stop that.
I should stop what?
That was your Kojiska. Emma, you call IMF. Yeah, by ye DDEP decision taking you and the man mobile one and yeah, my soft man. It is an amateur meaning, you see. I say a buy no air petty way no I divert your attention from cocoa. It won't wash. Cocoa pia for so publicika. And you DDEP what you are with the battle so mutia. That then you publish the etria. Is it the first time I buy it here? I buy also here. Other than that, the other front page. No.
Finance ministry HBI publishing.
And I'm say front page
in the house.
Front page because you are engaged in diversionary. I didn't know course honorable.
A graphic.
Honorable. I
didn't paper and publish here.
Yeah, paper.
Ghanaian Times.
Ghanaian Times. State media. I didn't know course you shouldn't trivialize it. Coco for will say
funny here.
Me say Coco DDP say kusutia. Coco DDP say kusutia. But obi aye the juma wo mo so mutua no.
Mesika na na gu bank na obi akọkọ investment. Awo tete so no wo dia otimai.
The air can say aban also otua. Obetua because he shisha ye wo aban mo nke betua. Enya de foforo. Say ye wa ban mu a ye ka ban mu a nke betua ena ye chire mu na ati ase enne wo mu call hwan ebuba omo petite mo ni ade no
we say ne Daily Graphic rather
very credible paper yes
no the finance ministry issued
the honorable saying is before paper
I have not doubted their credibility maybe you say
and every time
maybe say graphic should go to Nkrase enkotie kokofo no su no mo fan to front page
what coming to cocoa tea 5%.
Me DDEP asem no
I count 3 minutes yeah
I do also kura
omo pekete during DDEP omo wonkai they have the means so mo be harazi aban e wonkai yes
omo affect omo ye nkan for nko
the just omo wonkai most of them wonkai to be bu omo ho no and the cocoa for na gu villages omo ni kwan no baba be pekete it you are trivializing their issue.
Who is trivializing?
And then what you asre no both say and fam cocoa for some and fam because omo be pekete
emotional blackmail
omo pekete
but it's not said. You don't even look nice in what you are doing.
Pekete you don't take them serious. I am say DDEP number cha reverse it is in same the year can
DDEP if you are still paying interest
and that year no and it's a cocoa for see into DDEP if we went to Binga they would have paid. It was a financial arrangement with it. It ye tria a normal tea tria. Cocoa for adena monka say adena monka say mu hold differentials no number 2 in future.
They've held some.
Held what?
They've held some.
Held what?
The $150 million buffer.
Do you know the quantum aka?
Do you know the cost?
When quantum aka woman sem. When quantum aka woman sem. At least we didn't strike it off.
Campaign message na ibiasa.
You don't need to bring this
to the front page. For
the first time on him. That's agenda set. What say? Yes, if you forget because at least DDEP yetua amanfo koya omu but enyema ye ba ba mu ye beye na ma ba ne du pempen so bi mo ba ye when you cannot mention one mo ya bo $1 so dollar na ye no man na ye ya ade na muntua kokofo ni sika ma wo mo ade nti muso man na ye o man ni sika so ba ye ade na muntua kokofo sika na ma wo mo. Okay. Madapa bed.
Okay.
Madapa.
Nana Michelle.
Answer.
Eja.
Mamembo honorable to force na baso. Nhihyeya nana doni ne nua kanofori ataye to ho no. Nka by this time kranka omo a omo fa omo sika ne bi kranka omo nyanya omo sika. Ira to force in the dish to us there be quite be a befaso a yebeti omo interest yebeti omo bibia ma omo no yebeya ma omo and government has held on to that. This is not the first time they are being paid. This is about the third or the fourth time they are being paid. Because a buy per se or restore the hope of the Ghanaian back into treasury bills and bonds, because that was the safest kind of investment and Ghana for the first time in the 60 something years of Ghana, about with the Bema Ghana for a free government bonds. Because now there was nothing. Into treasury bills, nay, baby, I this kako to say me koye investment bonds keke so say no. About me bowra ho. Edi nsa ko kamisika. In fact, that was the most painful thing I Ghana for TB that. So gradually, Abayi dini huni sacrificing a lot of things just to make sure say ye bema Ghana for say nya GDA say odi usika kwato investment mu, odi usika kwato bonds mu, odi usika kwato treasury bills ma sebi Abayi ntimi soreda kronka say sebi ma momi breyi makwako disike bia kotu amana bia mana badane kada mesunti no mekofa wo sika wo dia kwaye investment no e dia kwakotu amana ne ka Abayi say ombosa abra no to at least let's pay and restore the hope back into. So for me, it's a good sacrifice. You see, yenuanom niema bia ase o ma sheda kwa she aye omu dua broni akoshe say any campaign message uko nsema ba yenko wuramu ni nyina ne say the economic indicators are ban we di juma no ye pekwa bi so se onye na ono so mfa ne nsanko hye busia bi mu na sa busia ne beda ne ka na intro the dollar of gear intro the inflation of gear ne akasa ha mo na mo hye ho no omo ni suade hu nyina nti e dede bebre ye pam lane ye chorochoro lane na chi nyina ne se aban fa ayemsihie anase ahopepre enko bobusia bi na embra say aban program ni the primary balance ni bibia na yankasa ha bona mo hye ho no na so so kwan bia ye be fa so a sabi John Mahama say he is resetting Ghana ene nyema John Mahama fra mu nyema he ene minu kasa se ya breaking news kura na say petition na ye de kwa say onyi OSP onyi electoral commission Chief Justice the Abase there's no prima facie case John Mahama so atu agu obia enka atetia ma mi di ni fami nka ote don ko ogbe manufacture prima facie libya shim nso sabi oye Assemblies of God ni osuro nyame odwene Ghana fo ho o percent hye pa udi we ba na kanya na mi famba no udi we ba de Charlotte say boni ben oye ya mu udi we ba Charlotte say boni ben yes osuro nyame pa osuro nyame osuro for the car nturo oti o muka nturo oti o muka no o tia koko for the
say no say breaking news na eden
he has cancelled it why rejected petition no yes because
there's no prima facie
according to the Chief Justice. President Mahama rejected petition no.
Okay
na the inter make us say your mampani a ondwene onu ni emotion na say onu no ho kane odwene Ghana fo ho kane
o tia koko for the car
yes entina sebi e kaaba die ye kwa koton no kura no o yire no ho say aban kura afa kura ye 10% or the 90% na esa makuafo because kwan bi obefa so a obekwa ni ho na enu kura say dia shem say nyame bo na echina ebo no peja say ki die asa ba bi obesa dia kwa kan kuafo no ho so for me enya mi wanwa say we ekoso at least let's try and restore hope back in the Ghanaians say sebi we invest here and see da sa ban bi di ne sabekọ akọ anajo wada no ne de sabe wura obotum akọfa osika da bi ebi sibio mia me colleague ba kwa me ne ye adwuma o timi office o say bank bi o di lidie koto ho 400,000 omo friend ka chere say ka 270,000 so omo fa na ade ma na bepem ne adane betwema mentwe be 400,000 Ghana cedis so or they acquire investment ya test about 270 Ghana cedis 1,000 so ne more ya pa but ni nyina mu
ne more ya sem banking crisis Abuja ho
banking crisis man mo create ma de di ma de
o ya se Abuja
na mo create di ma de
sika na police
man mo create di ma de
yi sika
na mo create ma de
ne wa ba mu
man mo create mu banking crisis
the police
man mo create
crisis
man mo go banks man mo go banks no man mo create here
ne mo ya
I 9 billion be solve mo di 25 billion solve yen so mo nti
I no ma 9 billion na solve ba mo ba mu
NMC identity na yen go banks
because it happened during your time.
We managed it.
You manage what?
We managed it. That is why we didn't collapse the banks.
I know because when you see police you manage what?
Honorable, how comfortably you are heckling. Because
they have to
me and my sister Penny wa
Honorable say me so 3 minutes.
You sit back in crisis. Now obisika.
I want Canada.
Financial institutions. Consolidated bank way, energy bank way, Beige bank, capital bank.
GM bank besaba.
Oh, me say,
Man promise.
You can't just respond. You have to check. He didn't want any competition on his data bank.
Yes, hey, that and then they move data bank or mamu competition. No, Musi uni bank mamu competition. No, bank. That is all you need. Record no. That papa penny Obianda. Adekye bank ne de ma bro. When the go bank the bank ne de ma bro. Police dey bono. There be me say. Police dey bono be bank. No. Sabi sika dey be ni ho. Effort amaye nyina you could not resuscitate the banks. Ekenye ye be mu a ekenne bank. Next time obi afo di sika ko to bank bio.
Next time e close e na oba ohia sika. E na no ofo. Se me na kwa sorry.
What do you want to know?
Girl now omobo no.
I don't make us what to do. They said unim the man. And what to do? It's a unim the. It got
nothing to do with a closing crisis.
There was no money. There was no money.
No, it's not. It wasn't even the bank. And I'm saying
there was no money.
It was a service alone.
And then service alone.
Honorable.
Yes.
Mpacho. Yeah. Misha said the first honorable vicinity. Misha said last topic no. Kokobo customer by 20%. Kokobo CEO Dr. Randy Abe Eddie Ababetu just say ne oba na obehwe executive management no o market 20% and senior staff no so yata so 10% na so omonka Musa say dey feel
minimum I would time na time is
ka say
koko mati koko
na ko nyina no
Matiko.
Kasa.
Matiko ko ekwa for so sika 28%. Mo yabodi amose, matebe dia so 20%. Dr. Randy Abe, nyana ketu ape na oje. Ontua electricity, koko de tuama no. Wontofo, koko de tuama no. Wotu kwan ya, koko de tuama no. Wayade a, koko de tuama no. Sa we nyina so, obeka se onyi biom.
Na se CEO mampanyini de bayo ka se fio omuntua obi fio bi
also then
fio omu fio eyi
Otwem
last year
at presidential appointments more duplicate na monje koko there that is part of his name
obi anye
me say mon ko investigate wo na we resist answer no wo me dey sure so ko investigate
yo mate
one ko ya etie for
him I know other CEOs are they are not omunje
and me say ko head and be
other staff
and me say ko head and be
other CEOs
ko hwehwem
mate
Opa, go through RTI. You can get all that information. How much money Cocoa Board has spent on Dr. Randy Abe, on the floor. 80